Okie dokie. I'm back with the living room Valentine tour. I love these two little children's chairs, and of course I have to decorate them. They have a sweet Valentine pillow on both of them, and this one has some of my wonderful little shoe forms. And down here are a couple more of them. And then this one has that little vintage spice box. And it has a couple old doorknobs and another cute pillow. Lots of vintage goodies in this area. And of course my red and white transferware, it's still there. And this is an English brush with brass on it. And those are brass. I'm not sure what those are for, to be honest. But they're interesting, and they look like scissors, but they are not sharp, so almost look like pliers. If y'all know what they are, y'all tell me. And of course, that's that heart John made. And then there is that absolutely sweet baby print with their little blue hats. I just love that, so I brought that out for now. There's one of my marmalade jars with old silver spoons. And there's those laundry pins. I had more of those than I thought. I kept finding them. And there's even a really small one right there. And that's an old ironstone pitcher, as is this one. And that one. And then down here in the old yeast box, I have some of my old bottles. And this little book is French for the American Soldiers. And then I've had that hand with the heart for several years. That came from Michael's. And then there are those two wonderful English jars that I showed you when I did the pot lids, as John calls them. And there's two of the other jars, crocks, that I got from Allie. And here I just put that brass mortar and pestle that I got at that sale. An old lock. And this was an old compass. And there's all those super neat pot lids. And some of our vintage Valentines. Just gorgeous. We're so lucky to have as many of them as we have, because they're getting hard to find anymore. 3 more of my ironstone pitchers. And over here, I always bring out the Queen and King of Hearts. Those are made in England. And a king sitting on some old books. And there's one of John's pretty tobacco tins. They call those lunchbox tins. And there's the Cape Cod cruet and salt and pepper shaker that was made by Avon years ago. And there is a super large pitcher. That was probably part of a pitcher and bowl set. And I believe that was a Homer Laughlin piece there. And that wonderful stitchery that we got at a yard sale years and years ago. And all of my silhouettes have come from yard sales. I don't do a whole lot on this table because of baby boy, but I keep that little sweet tea set out. And these are my Easter cactuses, and I sure hope they bloom this year. One of them bloomed last year. And there's that Billy Jacobs print that our friend gave me last year. This year, rather. Everything runs together, does it for you? If you're retired, you don't know what day of the week it is half the time. And another ironstone picture. And some old glasses. And I kept my little Bible there. And that striped blue and white is made in England. And I just have some odds and ends down in there now. Lots of vintage Valentines over here. And postcards. I love that little Google Eye girl that's sitting on the candlestick. And down here I have some of John's tobacco tins and old books and Polish stoneware. And those bunnies just found their way right there in that display. They don't know it's not quite time for them. Annalise. And our Valentine tree. And there's my antique salt glaze pitcher. Love that piece. And lots of vintage doilies over here too. And in the wagon, the bubblegum machine with the buttons is there for now. And over in this cupboard is where most of my blue and white is right now. And up on top are all the baskets I got at yard sales this year. And I am loving it. And two of old crocks that I've got, or jugs that we've got at sales through the years. And of course there's a couple Annalise and a couple old Valentines over here. I just laid those cups in an old ironstone bowl. That is a super old blue and white transferware plate. And most of this blue and white you'll recognize from estate sales and yard sales. And there's a teapot I got last year at a sale. And this is that beautiful sweetheart card. This was for a soldier to send back home to his sweetheart for Valentine's Day. And I just layered a couple of my plates there. And I love this terrain. And I just put 3 of my gravy boats over here. And I put those little plates. They're not butter pats. I wish they were. In there. And there's another adorable vintage Valentine. Okay, we'll look inside of here. More of the pieces from at estate sale and some of my cobalt and ironstone. And wonderful doilies. Love all that. All right, let me open the other side. And I put this series of Ray Dunn in here, and there's some vintage spoons in it. A couple of the little tiny vintage creamers. And back there is that beautiful blue tin. Old ironstone and cobalt. And that jug back there. And there's my one and only Wee Forest, folks. It is so precious. It'll be out for a while now. And then there's that beautiful antique frame that John put some of our vintage Valentines in. He restored the frame, and it is just gorgeous. Didn't do a tremendous amount down here in the entry hall. I just added a birdhouse and a watering can. And that antique basket, that's a black walnut basket. It was on top of the cupboard, and I moved it when I put all the yard sale ones up there. Y'all know these creaking floors. Lots of John's vintage tins and our old beer crocks. Love that. That used to be in one of the bedrooms. Baby boy just woke up from a nap. And of course, all our other vintage goodies on this shelf. And all of John's, not all of them, but a good part of his red tobacco tins. And right there is baby boy. He said he had him a good nap and he was ready to get up now. Okay, that is all of the Valentine tours. Enjoy your day, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed Valentine Day tomorrow. Have fun. Spend time with your loved ones if you're able to. And we'll see you soon. Love and blessings from me and John and baby boy. Bye-bye.